What do fire and business have in common? Both start as a tiny spark, uncertain and easy to fade away. But some sparks grow. Just like fire, some business turn into flames. Let's explore 6 real stories where ordinary people built extraordinary brands from the scratch. Parle-G. The year was 1929. Mohanlal Chauhan, a tailor turned new entrepreneur, set up a small shop in the crowded streets of Mumbai's Ville Parle, slowly crafting sweets and snacks using German-made machines. What began as a small bakery run by a father and his sons would soon bake India's most iconic biscuits. Back then, British biscuits were a luxury. They were sweet, imported, and out of reach for most Indian homes. But when World War II shut those imports down, the shelves went empty and a demand gap opened. So his company decided to act. They began baking their own biscuits, which were simple, affordable, and made in India. By the 1930s, he launched Parlay Gluco, which later became Parle-G. This little glucose biscuit, wrapped in yellow with that wide-eyed little girl on the wrapper, soon became a symbol of India's self-reliance. Today, Parle-G is the world's largest selling biscuit brand with annual sales of over 8,000 crores. From school tiffins to railway platforms, from factory lunch breaks to emergency flood relief, Parle-G has never been just a biscuit. It was and remains a quiet companion through India's hardest and most hopeful moments. MDH. In 1947, during the upheaval of Partition, a young man, Dharampal Gulati, fled Sialkot and arrived in Delhi with just 1,500 in his pocket. He had no plans other than survival. He began by driving a modest tanga or a horse-drawn carriage near Delhi railway station for some time. Then he also worked selling sugarcane juice, but his heart was in his family's spice business, which his family was involved in since 1919. Soon he opened a small shop in Karol Bagh and started grinding and selling spices by hand. It was a back-breaking work, long hours, little money, and stiff competition from older brands. But Dharampal Gulati wasn't just grinding spices, he was developing trust. And soon his brand MDH started standing out in the crowded bazaar. Years later, the same man in a red turban, smiling on every MDH box, became a household face across India. Today, the company supplies to thousands of retailers worldwide and has a revenue of over 2,000 crores. What began as a refugee's survival story became one of India's most iconic homegrown brands, MDH. Nirma. In the 1960s, detergent was a luxury for India's middle class. Karsanbhai Patel, a chemist from Gujarat, decided to change that. Before and after his regular job, he started making detergent powder in his home. He packed it himself in plastic bags, priced it at just 3 rupees, and personally sold it door to door on his bicycle. At first, people hesitated, but when they saw the prices and the results, Nirma became the detergent of the people. Slowly, Nirma as a brand and company grew, and then the iconic jingle and dancing girl in a white frock made Nirma washing powder a memorable brand. At its peak, Nirma nearly had 30% of India's detergent market. Things have changed after that, but still, Nirma continues to be a major player. Now, the company has over 12,000 employees and revenue of over 10,000 crores. It all began with a man starting a small venture in his home, but his hard work and dedication made Nirma a household name that challenged global giants. Amul. In the 1940s, dairy farmers in India were trapped in a cruel system. Middlemen controlled the prices, delayed their payments, and often let milk spoil, while farmers stayed poor. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, then a national leader, urged the dairy farmers of Anand, Gujarat to fight back, not with protests but with cooperation. In 1946, the farmers, led by local leader Tribhuvandas Patel, formed a cooperative owned and run by the farmers themselves. Later, after India's independence, a young US-educated engineer named Verghese Kurian was sent to Anand on government duty. He planned to leave in few months, but what he saw changed his mind and India's future. Kurian stayed and brought in modern tech, helped scale the cooperative model, and gave farmers more than fair prices. He gave them control. That's how Amul was born. A quiet revolution stirred not with slogans but with milk. What followed was the White Revolution in India. India became the world's largest milk producer, and millions of rural families found their hope through fair prices and shared ownership. Today, Amul supports over 3.6 million dairy farmers with sales crossing over 90,000 crores. From a glass of milk to a scoop of ice cream, Amul made dairy democratic. It wasn't just milk, it was power in the hands of farmers, and the proof that unity could rewrite India's food story. Lijjat Papad. It was 1959. On a terrace in Mumbai, 7 women came together with 80 rupees and a little urad dal. That's all they had, and one mission: to earn a living with dignity. With rolling pins in hand, they began making papad for the local market. But this wasn't just a way to earn. It became a quiet uprising led by women for women. Word spread, more women joined. The rooftop operation became a nationwide cooperative with no bosses, just shared profits and shared dignity. Today, Lijjat Papad employs over 45,000 women, from rolling the dough to rolling out change. These women proved that even 80 rupees and a strong will to earn an honest living can transform that 80 rupees into a 1600 crore enterprise.
मिठाई हो तो बस हल्दीराम्स.
Haldiram's. In 1937, a young boy named Ganga Bishan Agarwal, later known as Haldiram, started selling bhujia in Bikaner, Rajasthan. His secret was a unique recipe, but success didn't come easy. For years, it was just a tiny sweet and snack shop. Slowly, through family grit and innovation, Haldiram's expanded across Nagpur, Kolkata, and Delhi, and eventually became a global brand. From wedding boxes to airport shelves, Haldiram's became a celebration in every Indian household. Now, Haldiram's sale has grown to over 12,000 crores and is estimated to be valued at over 80,000 crores. This empire wasn't built overnight. It was built one bhujia packet at a time. These are not just business stories, but they are stories of grit, of determination, of dreams that didn't give up, and of fires that kept burning no matter how hard the wind blew. Who knows, the fire within you could maybe, just maybe, become the next story the world remembers. So that's all for now. I'm Naveen. Thanks for watching The Filmy Cut.